Wait a minute. If I take Odie trick-or-treating with me tonight, I'll get 2 sacks to fill, not 1. I'll get twice the candy. Candy. Garfield, you are a genius. Yeah, but not as much of a genius as you are if you play Garfield caught in the act. However, if you don't have the requisite genius level necessary to insert the CD, Mr. X, you idiot, you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, I know, Garfield. Jeez Louise already. I've just tried to eject the CD, but it's have none of it. Oh, come on now. I want to get Garfield caught in the act. Maybe Garfield really has been sucked into the television or the computer screen. The same thing. Oh, it's not having it. It's not coming out. He's so shy. Come on. Nothing to be afraid of. We're not going to do anything bad to you. It's all safe out here. Your fears have nothing to justify them. You're going to be fine. There we go. You're out now and safe. Come on. See, I told you. I told you you'd be safe here.
Garfield, yeah. Odie's so stupid he'd have to stand on a chair to raise his IQ. He's ugly too. It would take 2 of them to get any uglier. He's so ugly, he doesn't even need to wear a mask to go trick-or-treating on Halloween. Wait a minute. If I take 2 sacks, then we'll be able to get 2 candies.
Sound reasoning, Garfield. It's almost as sound as the sound that the whirring sound that my CD's making as I put it into the disk drive. The CD that is Garfield, caught in the act. The PC version of the Sega Genesis and Sega CD game, Garfield caught in the act. Garfield had a Sega game. You might not have known this existed. Garfield, 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 Garfield. There he is. So that's the shortcut to Garfield. Let's see how much I got to resize the window. Is that how big it's going to be? Let's find out. Is that the size of the game window? Well, I've done it. It's gone.
Oh no! I must have been kidnapped. By
Guido and Fluffy. Maybe by Lyman. Nobody remembers Lyman. Odie's original owner. Odie the dog was owned by a man called Lyman, who brought him round to John Arbuckle's while he was on holiday in the 80s, I think. Oh man, this is the size of the window, and we've never seen Lyman since. Optimal, what is this? Window, this is tiny. This is inexcusable. I'm not full screening it. Optimal mode. Extremely small difference. If I click full screen, I'm going to lose all control of everything. I just know it. Right? Look at this. I don't remember it being this small in 1997. What is going on? I think the full screen really has... Let's start that again, Garfield. Come on. Is this what it's going to be playing as? Am I going to play the whole game with this? Maybe there's a Garfield options option. Let's have a look. Garfield. Oh, I don't believe there is. So we get to wait for several minutes while this white screen changes into a normal screen, which is appropriate for Garfield. The game's executable is lazy, just as lazy as the Garf is himself. Ah, there we are. But that's not what we want though, that's the thing. Options. I doubt the game internal options are going to... Yeah, these are the same options as the Sega Genesis game. This is just a direct port of the original. Oh well. I mean, I guess I won't sneak a clock in the cat. Let's change the size of the screen display so that it looks good. Okay, let's start from the beginning then. This is your lot for Garfield caught in the act. So as if Garfield didn't merchandise himself out enough. As if Garfield wasn't the beatbox, the grand poobah of making lots of stuff to sell money with. Between all the Garfield ties and Garfield soup packets, and Garfield tissue boxes, Garfield toys and action figures, Garfield cartoons, Garfield books, Garfield movies, Garfield untold countless things that you could possibly sell and slap Garfield's smug, overly large-eyed face on. And Garfield will certainly possess one of them. Or rather, more accurately, he'll sell tons and tons of the thing for other people to possess. Because that's what happens in the world. Everybody just wants to own objects that have got a picture of something they like on it. Never really understood that, but I'm Scottish, so what do you expect? Let's go to the options menu. Let's change the difficulty to normal. We're not kitties. No kitties here. Normal difficulty. Garfield just about exerted himself the most he ever has in his entire life to push the word Garfield onto the screen for us. That's why he's so completely exhausted. That's why his tongue is as wide as his face and drooping all the way down to the ground. It's really quite disgusting when you think about it. We can play the bonus round in the options menu. There's a password system, which is cute. Because there's no way I'm not going to complete this game in this run. 1996, copyrighted Sega. Yeah, but unbelievably Sega made this Garfield game. But it's certainly better than the notorious Nintendo game, Garfield, A Week of Garfield, Garfield. A Week of Garfield, Garfield is... people don't like it. It's probably not that bad, but anyway, this is better, certainly. More stuff to it. Garfield caught in the act. Let's watch the plot. Oh no, it's one of those games. When a game tells you all of the collectibles in a screen like this at the start, it usually means it's bad. That was my personal gut feeling on this matter as a child. But Garfield caught in the act's not bad. I got this for free, actually, in a competition. Anyway, a comic to start us off. This is the end of our broadcast day! That didn't even happen in the 90s. For the sake. There's a lot of barks from Odie. Look at Odie's ears! His ears are yellow. They're supposed to be brown. They made a colour mistake in this intro of the game. And then they made Odie have a speech bubble where nothing comes out of it. Also, we get to hear Odie's bark. Odie's bark stays with us for the rest of the intro, just like his ghost in the Garfield fanfiction What a Man Is. Where Garfield kills Odie at the start. We're going to run that. We're going to play that again, actually, just so that I can voice Garfield in that introduction sequence. Come on, Garfield. Get your fat, bloated, overly merchandise-driven self in there. Get your non-offensive, universally demographicable being onto my screen again. As soon as you've loaded, at least. Garfield caught in the act. You were indeed caught in the act, Garfield. You were caught in the act of having a colour mistake in your own 4-panel introduction. I mean, that's pretty bad. I've got a Garfield coloured version of one of his books, where his nose turns red in one of them, and there's another strip somewhere where a character has a speech bubble for the punchline, but there's just no text in it. They did a pretty sloppy job of making those colour books. It's quite bad. But you'd think that in a video game that's got a 6-image cartoon intro, you'd think they might have noticed that Odie's ears are the wrong colour in one of them. You'd think they would have caught that. They've got no excuse. As for all the difficulty it would have been to change it. Wait, this is the end of our broadcast day. Again, something that didn't happen in the 90s. Here we go.
Oh no! The TV is broken! If we can't fix it, we're in trouble! There, all fixed. Sort of.
It's good enough for Odie, he's happy.
Oops, extra parts.
That's just a kind of awkward line.
Hey! What's this? That's not lasagna! Psst! What? Hey, get your paws off me! What? No! I'm in the TV! How did this happen? I hate Mondays.
Oh no, he's dying already. What's the jump button? What the F is the blooming jump button? Oh, good. We got 9 hits till we're dead. I'm pressing the whole keyboard here. There's nothing. Nothing is working. Garfield. Garfield.exe has encountered a problem in the form of the hands of Mr. X. My fingers were too much for Garfield caught the act. Well, what's the keyboard setup? Jump A. I pressed every single key on this keyboard, including A. A, S, and D are the controls. I swear. I must have confused the computer. Or maybe I just happened to press every key except A. Which is certainly possible. Or whatever. This is Garfield caught the act. We have 10 HP, 10 hit points at the top right, the top left. So it's pretty easy, by and large. We're in TV land. That monstrous, really out-of-place creature for a Garfield game sent us to the world of television. And we're now having to go through the television and explore various TV worlds, such as 3 billion BC, where a cat... I'm sure that Garfield will encounter dinosaurs and stuff here, despite dinosaurs being extinct for 62 million years at the time this is set. Okay, so D whacks the bone. How do we get up there? Oh, did you see that? This game's cheap. Ah! Die! Oh man, there's so little range on this bone. Okay, this game's surprisingly harder than I remembered. That was a pretty tight jump I just pulled there. We're actually going to have to use skill. I didn't expect that to happen. Oh, here we go. That's how we get across. Oh, the crab takes 2 hits, doesn't he? Yeah, you've got a lot of health in Garfield Caught in the Act, but you're going to be taking an awful lot of damage in kind. So it's all swings and roundabouts. It all pays itself off one way or the other. One cucumber or the salad. It all comes in order. I remember this bit. You jump down here and then you got to try and jump on top of that fish before he leaves, which I failed to do. Okay, now up we go. Move right. Get the fish to the right. Good. And now wait here, and the fish will puff us out. There, that big fat fish. Garfield standing on that fish somehow turned the fish really fat and puffy. I guess that was it defending itself against Garfield's supreme weight.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have eaten quite so much lasagna this morning.
Well said, Garfield. Do you like my Garfield voice? Oh, why is he flashing? Is he invincible now? The coffee cup gives you invincibility, I believe. Ah, puzzle now. We got to push that overly CGI-looking boulder into the... Oh no, get the bones into that hole. But instead of it plugging up the hole like it did in Garfield in Paradise, it just lets us get up that. And there's the TV remote control for the end of the level.
Yeah. I wonder what's on TV today. Antiques Roadshow? I don't think so. Where's the lasagna channel?
Well, pushing that boulder along, it's got to do something.
So, I'm trapped in the TV. And I don't know how to get out. Good thing I'm too much of a man to be afraid in this scenario. I'll use my supreme manliness to get myself out of the television set, and then destroy that monster for putting me in here. Right before I destroy Odie for abandoning me.
Garfield doesn't take kindly to abandonment. Where are we supposed to go? It's one of those games where you don't really know where you're allowed to jump and where you're not. That's an extra life, that is. Okay, I can't jump down. Holding down and pressing jump doesn't work. The classic game thing. Gonna have to... How are you supposed to get that without getting hit? I'm sure there's a way, but I don't care. Yeah, look at this. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, I remembered. I'm glad I remembered that, because I wouldn't have figured out that there was a doorway there. That was a doorway. I had to press up to go through it. Now what? Is it a bottomless death pit? Oh no, it's not. It's a branch. I wonder if the bit just to the right of the branch was a bottomless death pit, though, because that wasn't very fair, if it was. Whoa!
You're so easily scared, Mr. X. You're not worthy of being in my presence.
Someone's got to control you through this adventure, Garfield.
Nobody controls me!
Oh, sorry, Garfield. I didn't mean to offend you.
Nobody. Odie, what are you doing here? It seems it's time to take out the trash. Do you prefer your rocks salted or sweet? Either way's fine with me. If it's sweet, that just means my victory will be all the sweeter. If it's salty, that just means that your body will be full of salt as it accumulates salt water from the ocean into which I will be throwing you.
What am I doing wrong here? I actually have to time this carefully so that Odie's bouncing along there when the thing falls. Oh man! I'm getting clobbered. And one thing I remembered about this game very well all these years was that the bosses, or specifically the vampire boss, in the vampire... Oh, okay. You got to hit him when he's actually in line with it, like I should have guessed. Okay. Yeah, there's cheap shots galore in this game. Like, you can't predict where those things are going to fall. Or maybe you can. I'm not predicting it anyway. I think Garfield is on the ropes. Garfield on the rough, more like Garfield on the ropes. Yeah.
Oh no! Hey! Nobody eats me! And lives. Your next, television.
One cute thing about this game is that Garfield has a different costume in each level. He's got saber teeth in this level because he's a saber-toothed cat.
Eat it, Odie.
Look at this. What am I supposed to do about those fallen rocks? That one was questionably collision detected. Good grief. This is seriously bad. Oh wait, there's shadows. It's just the graphics are so bad in this this installation of this game that I didn't see them. There we go. Okay, we can see these shadows then. Watch the shadows. They're coming. There's one. I'm surprised that hit.
What a close call. I think you need to have a permanent vacation.
Alright, now what is the... I forget what the things is. Well, luckily I managed to... Wait, I didn't figure out nothing. That was the wrong button. Oh well.
Hey, what? Let go of me! Don't remote me! No! Wow! No! That does it. You're going to get punched 7,000 times instead of the 6,999 times I was planning to punch you. Gotta collect all the Pookies.
It's extremely important. Win life. That's not me. This game must have me confused with someone else. Well, maybe Garfield himself. He certainly does indeed win life. Okay. Up. That was the first level then. Garfield caught in the caveman BC dinosaur times act. I'm wondering actually how this recording's going to come out, because the window is tiny, you saw it. It's 1/10 of the screen. The Curse of Cleopatra. That's this one, and instead of a bone, we are trying to attack stuff with a torch, just like the Egyptians wore. Oh, thanks Arlene. Thanks for trying to kill me. I figured Arlene would feel such a way about Garfield. Or maybe that's just a female cat, because Jim Davis only seems to know how to draw one female cat. Which doesn't include Nermal, because Nermal's male. We've got to light that torch there to get this platform out. It's all coming back. This is a generic platform game. But it's not bad. Just generic. And it was fine. It would have been bad for me if I'd paid £40 on this. I wouldn't have been pleased with that, but I didn't. I got this for free in a mail order thing. They said you could get a free game with this. I think I bought Virtua Cop, and it had an offer for choose a game for free, and I picked this one because there were several of them. I can only imagine that the rest of them were really bad, because I figured this one was the least bad out of all of them. And I was probably right. I got a little... Oh, there's a burger up there. Garfield's well known for eating hamburgers. I got this one for free. This game for free. And so I played it a bit. It wasn't very long or anything, but it's a game. It's a free platform game. It's nice. Okay, let's make the jump. Good. Huh? What? Is this some kind of joke? I gotta push this block all the way. Oh no, good, just that was kind of... That lasted longer than it needed to. Another puzzle, huh? Surprisingly puzzle heavy, Garfield Caught in the Act. You gotta solve... You gotta figure out what to do to progress a lot of the time. Oh, this is the pendulum puzzle. You gotta jump when it's swaying. Right? Yeah, you gotta jump like when it's built up enough momentum and get back on it again. Or whatever, we can go now. Yeah. That was that. That's... People complain about the red and white drum in Sonic 3's Carnival Night Zone, saying that got them stuck as children. That pendulum in Garfield Caught in the Act is... That's pretty obscure as well. Nothing? Is there something up there? I heard a collecting thing noise, but oh!
There's a coffee cup over there. I could do with my morning coffee. I think I'll have it. Yeah, let's get that.
Is there a way to avoid these? Oh, this is the activator I'm standing on. Okay.
I got the coffee. Now, don't put it to waste, or I'll be putting you to waste.
Just getting destroyed. It's just as well you've got such a big health bar, because you need it. That hamburger restored 3 points of health, I did see. Oh.
Yep. Yeah, Garfield. Yeah.
Push the block. Into that. And the end of the level! Oh, what was on the other side of that?
You'll never know. Bandages. I think it's time to riddle myself out of this Sphinx hole.
It's the John Arbuckle Sphinx.
You, John Arbuckle, I desire a new fresh plate of lasagna. Procure it for me at once, if you don't want to meet the same fate as these flies. The fire of Garfield, much like the passion of Garfield, can never run out.
Yep, Garfield's a passionate cat. Just ask Kate Middleton. Oh, what? Yeah, flies! Flies! Eat that, flies! John Arbuckle. Oh! Alright, well, I hit a thing up there that made Odie's mouth open. Let's get back up to it. Come on, Odie. Come on, Garfield. Get inside, Odie. Get in there, Odie's mouth, Garfield. Oh, is that a checkpoint? That's a teddy bear. That's Pookie. If you activate Pookie, you get a continue point. What's that blue thing? Let's take the plunge. Take the plunge! Oh, you gotta jump. What? What was that? What was the that? What was the that of that? What's this? Okay, maybe we gotta do both sides. Maybe we gotta get John Arbuckle's Sphinx satisfied in both directions. Is that John Arbuckle? Like, actually, I thought it was John Arbuckle as a child, but maybe it's just a generic face. Because, like Arlene, Jim Davis doesn't have the broadest of range of... Well, Jim Davis's Garfield characters. Jim Davis is the artist of Garfield, by the way. Jim Davis's characters don't have the broadest of ranges of appearance. So that might well just be another man that looks like John Arbuckle. What am I doing? Okay, walk backwards and then hit the flame inside Odie's gaping mouth to springboard up off of his nose. His tongue. Why did I say nose? Well, I failed to do it.
You are me. Fortunately for you, I am a merciful god, Mr. X. Otherwise, I might not have taken so kindly to your egregious failure and your flagrant embarrassment of both yourself and me.
Even being stuck in a television doesn't faze Garfield. He's every bit as sassy talking to me now as he is in the comics. He's really not changed at all. He's exactly the same as he always is, as he's depicted by Jim Davis in his comics.
Take that, Odie. Ha! Ha! This is how a man hits the eye of a sphinx dog in the eye with a flaming torch stick.
But these flies are really pestering my pest. They just don't stop too. They're so hard to dodge. Oh, I thought I only had 2 life left. I've got 7. That's better. It's a better state of affairs for the Garth than I thought it was.
Take this, and that, and these, and have some of those as well, John Arbuckle. John Arbuckle, those sacks that you prepared for me to go trick-or-treating with were too small, I swiftly discovered later that evening. For that, you deserve punishment. I don't tolerate dissension, John Arbuckle.
I'm sorry, Garfield. I'm very sorry.
No apologies will save you now. It is too late for groveling. Thanks to you, I almost got killed by skeleton ghost pirates on some island down a lake in the middle of our generic American suburb. John Arbuckle, you are responsible for the fate that was visited upon me that night. Now, you suffer the consequences.
No, please, no, Garfield! Ah, no! Oh, no! No! You got hit good John Arbuckle in the oversized eyes. The characters in Garfield have such massive eyes that they have to be, in order not to look like they're completely startled at every moment, they need to have their eyelids coming down to about 8/10 of their eyes. They got to have their eyelids covering almost all of their eye, otherwise they look like they're completely shocked by something. Man, this is just... I was trying to see if it had a pattern, but in trying to learn the pattern I died. We have to start all that again. Okay. I thought this game was easy, but I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to get a game over at this rate. I'll be showing myself up for a plonker. Was that onk an extra life? I don't know what that onk was. Oh, that's the ammunition. Right. Yeah, that's our ammo. You can throw onks at stuff. These flies are the worst. This is kind of a... This to talk about this game in game design terms, this game is kind of... This is an example, I think, of a game that is trying to compensate for its rather poorly balanced difficulty and stuff. Because we have a very long life bar. You can take 10 hits per life. But there's all these cheap shots coming at you every which way. These flies, the enemies all move so erratically, and our little weapon that works against them is so rough around the edges that you don't really have a reasonable chance of dodging a lot of the cheap hits you're going to get in this game. So because of all the cheap hits, they give you 10 health. 10 health. And you're going to need it. Whereas in a normal game where you had maybe 3 or 4 hits per life, you can... It's a lot more reasonable to dodge the enemies with skill. Whereas in this, I really feel like these flies are like there. See that? They just zigzag and zoom out of your hitbox. They just fly fast under your torch arm. And look at that! Right, there was an example. That flea just rocketed right up from the bottom of the screen, straight into me. I need to have the reflexes of Superman to have done that, to have dealt with that, and even then that might not have been enough. I'm assuming Superman has fast reflexes. I don't know anything about Superman. So yeah, the long life bar of Garfield is I think an attempt to disguise the cheap shots that you're constantly facing from these extremely erratic moving enemies. Okay, now, has that thing got a predictable pattern of ball? I mean, you might do, but you don't really have much time to learn it. It looks like he hits a few to the left and then a few to the right. Yeah, he does have a pattern. Yeah, he does. And that, hopefully, the end of the boss. It's not. It's not over. We'll soon find out!
I can't believe I lost a life to the hands of John Arbuckle. I'll never live this down.
Get ready for your next TV appearance, Garfield!
20 Pookies for a life. I don't need to win life. I already won before I was born.
These Pookie minigames are just... I'm guessing you want to avoid those blue things.
Not enough Pookies. Sorry, Garfield. You lose. I am so manly, I can talk to myself. And it's not uncool.
Well, that's the manliness of Garfield.